Hi, I'm Bob Doyle, President and CEO of the Michigan Association of CPAs. Our mission at MICPA is to serve you, our members, the CPA profession, and the public that you all serve through advocacy, collaboration, and education. Today, I want to talk with you about our advocacy activities focused on potential changes to the CPA licensing process and its impact on the future pipeline of the profession. Over the last few years, there's been a lot of activity focused on encouraging more people to go into accounting and become future Michigan CPAs. The National Pipeline Advisory Group recently issued a report with recommendations organized around 6 themes. One of these themes addresses the time and cost of education in order to become a licensed CPA. You can read this report at accountingpipeline.org. I also encourage you to take the Pipeline Pledge, which can be found on that website. All of us working together can positively impact the pipeline and the future of our profession. Regarding licensure, there are 2 exposure drafts out for comment right now. I'll talk you through what's in each one and where your opportunities are to comment on these exposure drafts and make your voice and perspectives heard. The first exposure draft is model language for the Uniform Accountancy Act, or the UAA. With each state governing CPAs to achieve as much national uniformity as possible, AICPA and NASBA have published the Uniform Accountancy Act. Most states, like Michigan, have incorporated much of the UAA into their CPA statute and rules, but not all. So, we've got model language out right now for comment that lays out how it is suggested to change the CPA law for a new licensure model. Because we're a state-regulated profession, MICPA is actively reviewing that model language and considering whether we should advocate for those changes to licensure or some variation. This UAA model language lays out a new framework for licensure. It still includes the 3 elements of exam, education, and experience. It doesn't change the exam, but it does change the education and experience requirements. We're keeping the 150 credit hours, but adding a second path to licensure that includes a bachelor's degree in accounting and 2 years of experience. Generally, the profession is in support of this model. The only question is whether we should be building a competency framework into those 2 years of experience. Comments on the UAA language are due by December 30th. The second exposure draft specifically addresses that competency framework, detailing examples and applications for how it would be built into licensure. Comments for this draft are due by December 6th. I strongly encourage you to respond to both the UAA model language and the competency framework exposure drafts and let us know here at MICPA what you think. Do you like the new licensure model? Do you think Michigan should add the competency framework? Based on what we're seeing and hearing, I think some states will add it in and some states won't. So let us know what you think after reviewing both exposure drafts, and please respond with your comments. Now, let's talk about the important topic of mobility. Whatever we do to change licensure, we want to make sure we don't break mobility. The first thing to know is that as state laws begin to change, we will see mobility impacted. The UAA model language includes a framework for how they're suggesting practitioners handle this. It essentially says that as state level substantial equivalency ends, the individual will go through a determination of substantial equivalency by either the State Board of Accountancy or NASBA, based on a review of the individual CPA's exams, experience, and education requirements for licensure. This is all laid out in the UAA model language. Again, I encourage you to read that, respond with your comments, and let us know what you think. Many states are advocating for automatic mobility, which means that if you have a valid license in one state, other states' boards of accountancy would recognize that license, allowing you to practice based on it. By implementing automatic mobility, practitioners from other states can come and practice here, just like how we have it today. A network of automatic mobility would minimize challenges for practitioners as we change licensure laws to address the pipeline issues. We here at MICPA will be working closely with Michigan's Licensing and Regulatory Affairs Department, or LARA as you know it, and the Michigan State Board of Accountancy to ensure we do what is right for our members, the profession, and the public here in Michigan. It is in state law here in Michigan that in order to become a licensed CPA, you must have 150 hours of college credit. Therefore, we will be introducing legislation in 2025 to change this law and follow the new model. We'll strongly advocate for it to pass through the Michigan House and Senate and reach the governor's desk for signature. We'll need your help with this, as we'll call on CPAs across Michigan to connect with their legislators to explain why this bill is important and deserves their support. Also, please mark your calendars now for our annual CPA Day at the Capitol in Lansing, which will be held on May 14th, 2025. We'll be sending out more details as that date approaches. This licensing issue will impact our profession over the next year. And as state laws change, mobility will be affected due to varying timelines and decisions around the competency framework. Know that MICPA will be here for you to help you navigate this uncertainty. We're here to advocate for Michigan's law to change in concert with surrounding states. We are your strong advocate in building a robust profession and pipeline for the future, and we sincerely appreciate your support in this work. Thank you very much.